And some breaking news just coming in. The Supreme Court has quashed the centre's decision to include in OBC quota. Government order giving reservation to Jats has been set aside. The UPA Jat reservation decision has been quashed by the apex court in the country. The Supreme Court's decision means that Jats will not get reservation in 9 states. Headlines today's Atir Khan, now tracking developments in this story, is joining us live. For more, Atir, far-reaching repercussions for caste-based reservations in the country by the Supreme Court's recent order. Take us through the details.
That's right. The Supreme Court has set aside the Jat reservation, the OBC reservation, which was initiated by the UPA government. And the court has observed that this sort of classification cannot be done merely on the basis of caste. There are other various factors, economics and their social standings, which have to be taken into consideration. So clearly it is an important judgment which will have far-reaching impacts, Rishika.
Right. Also, this decision is in fact going to be affecting 9 states. Atir, how are other caste-based reservations going to be affected by this recent ruling?
Well, it will, after the detailed order, we'll have to assess as to what impact it will have on other OBCs. But clearly, as far as these states are concerned, this reservation, the government had was willing for this reservation after a lot of protests by the Jat community. And if you recall, there were several protests at Jantar Mantar. Now, after this Supreme Court's order of setting it aside,
right,
we'll have to wait and watch how does the community react to it and what impact of the order will be on the other OBCs. Right.
Atir, many would see this as a very progressive step, because the Supreme Court going ahead and saying that caste alone cannot be a criteria. The economics of a particular society, the level of education, the level of development, all of these things need to be taken into consideration before quotas are handed out.
Well, that's right. There's a growing view that the reservation cannot merely be on the basis of caste. And also there was political discourse that it should be done on the basis of the economic background,
right,
and how they stand socially. So, of course, it has now been reflected in the Supreme Court order, which will have far-reaching impact, Rishika.
Right, Atir, stay on with us. Also joining us live is our executive editor, Javed Ansari. Javed, if you could put this development into perspective for us. Clearly, many seeing this as a very progressive step taken by the Supreme Court, but the fact is that it has far-reaching repercussions for caste-based reservations in the country.
Yes, certainly. It lays down the benchmark that henceforth there will be no caste-based reservations. This will form a precedent, and reservations, when they were envisaged, were clearly for those they had a social and economically backward criteria. For Jats, this was not applicable in large parts, and although Jats do come under reservation, do enjoy the benefits of reservation in certain states, but in most places they don't come under the socially and economically backward category. And for this was seen as a step with political intentions aimed mainly at garnering votes.
Right.
And now the court has, in its wisdom, decided to set aside that order.
All right, Atir Khan, Javed Ansari, appreciate you joining us with that perspective on this big development, the Supreme Court quashing the centre's decision to include caste-based reservation.